Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your person reading. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so just take what works, leave the rest behind. If you would like me to look into your unique situation, I offer personal readings for purchase through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to my shop in the description box of the video. I've also launched a second channel here on YouTube, which is called Lady of the Dawn, and I do readings related to topics other than love and romance over there. So if you're looking for something a little different from me, that's the place to find it. There's a link to that channel in the description box of the video as well. So as far as this reading goes, there are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is the clear quartz. Group 2 is the rose quartz. And group 3 is the Firestone. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you would like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose the clear quartz. So I'm going to start by pulling some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense, using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first section or can serve as additional messages for you from your person's higher self, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. So, what does your person want you to know at this time? Okay, we have the Hermit, King of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords, Five of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. I've been sitting on some deep personal truth for quite some time. I have been planning a big conversation that will change everything between the two of us. For the better, I hope. I want to move towards you delicately, and yet with a determination and certainty that makes my intentions in an implied fashion clear to you, so that what I state and the emotions that are poured forth leave nothing to the imagination and are devoid of mystery, which has been lingering between the two of us for far too long. You in many ways are everything I was looking for, that I never knew it was even possible to find. I have had to take a step back from my active involvement with you in order to process more deeply within. Am I ready for what I know within my heart will surely unfold if I take even just one step closer to you and the new direction which opens from that point? I hate the fact that I am leaving you with so many unanswered questions. I can feel your uncertainty across the distance, wondering if it was something that you have said or done that has caused this shift in my behavior and attention towards you. And I wish that I could give you reassurances that this is far from the case at this time, and so I send loving thoughts to you from afar instead. I want to put my best foot forward to you when it comes to the prospect of evolving this connection further. And I understand that every day that goes by that I remain distant and unclear in the truth which weighs heavy within in the best possible way towards you only hinders and complicates what I imagine to be the grand revelation of feelings which have existed inside for you in a profound way for a very long time. I am trying to trust in this instinct within that has encouraged me not to move with impulsivity towards you at this time. And I know that it is a test of both of our patience and trust in order to not lean too deeply into catastrophic feelings and worst-case scenarios, but instead to move into a space of believing that this period of time, the stillness, the awkwardness, and all of these questions which hang so heavy are in fact for our best interests overall. It is clear to me that you and I could become something so beautiful together with one another. And as much as I thought I had prepared myself and was ready for the day when love, in a true and pure sense, finally arrived, I have been made humbly aware that all of my efforts, all of my attention, all of my work up to this point in time was a mere fraction of what was necessary for the grand entrance of you into my life. You astonish, amaze, terrify, and allure me in a deeply moving and profound way. I have never been so affected by anyone before. You have collapsed all of the stoicism and the strength and the patience that I have sought to cultivate within myself in the waiting game for love to arrive. And this has brought me to a place where understanding that all my preparations, although they have been important, do not serve me at this juncture in time, for where I am about to step forth to you with, opening up my heart, speaking my truth. This is something that all of the training and all of the discipline and all of the self-mastery in the world could not have prepared me for. And maybe I needed to move through the world with a sense of practicality being first and foremost, so that when love arrived, I could be changed utterly into who I have always meant to be, by questioning, by being confronted with the worldview I have created, against the open door of possibility of a truth which defies my expectations and understanding of what is possible between two people. There is so much that I feel exists between the two of us, although there is so much that is still unspoken. And I am wrapped up in my mind, trying to unravel the mystery, how this all works, what might happen next, and how to best approach you. And so, in this period of silence, where I know that your patience with me has run very thin, if it still exists at all, I ask you to take a step back, to step deeply within your heart, and feel me still there, still waiting, having not run off in fear, but taking a moment to catch my breath before the biggest declaration I have ever made in my entire life comes out and is presented to you. So those are your messages in terms of signs with swords. We've got air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The Fool is Aries, the Hermit is Virgo, and Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So let's see, what else does your person want you to know right now from their higher self? Okay, and they say, I've never cared so deeply for someone before. I still have so much to accomplish before I can be what you deserve. I know that you know I'm hiding deep feelings for you, and now I feel stuck. I saw myself in you the first second I laid eyes on you. Where do we go from here? The taste of your presence is something I will never, ever be able to forget. I want to dance across eternity with you. And I want to create with you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got H, V, S, W, Q, J, O, I, B, U, C, X, D, F, O, N, and A. So those are your messages. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. You chose the Rose Quartz. So I'm going to start by getting some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I'll dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense, using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first section, or can serve as additional messages for you from your person's higher self, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. So, what does your person want you to know at this time? Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, the Two of Swords, Four of Wands, Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords, and Death. I ran from you, and it has taken me a long and excruciating journey to come to the realization and recognition that what I was running from was in fact true love. I feel so ashamed at how I left things between the two of us. You deserved better than the way that I treated you. I am grappling with the words to say, to break this silence, to present myself to you, to put my heart at your mercy, and to hope that my sincerity and the lengths I have gone to in order to change, grow, and evolve as a human being will help you to look upon me with a merciful gaze, and that maybe you will invite me back into your life again. It has been a long and arduous journey that I have been on. All of my running brought me to a place where everything that I had feared the most and I had been seeking to avoid looking at within myself was all around me, was in such a fashion presented that there were no more places that I could find sanctuary. There were no more friendly faces willing to give me another chance. I found myself down and out in a way that is deeply terrifying to even think about in this moment. I have fallen so far from the person that you once knew, and I have also risen beyond the limitations and the husk of this version of me that it was so necessary to shed. In many ways, what has taken place between the two of us was the first domino that brought my house of cards tumbling down. And so, in ways, I am so thankful for the profound love that you exuded and tried to give so innocently to me that I pushed away. For it has created some necessary changes, which, although they are difficult to speak of, and you would be so surprised to learn of, considering the way I carried myself and the life I was living before, were absolutely necessary to uncovering this better version of myself, the one who is prepared finally to face you and to make the most necessary amends of all that I have needed to try to clean up in my life. I am shattered at the heartbreak that I inflicted upon you. I have experienced my own version of personal darkness, and it was in the moments where all I could see around me were shadows that I thought of you often. And there was a generosity to these thoughts, as if your light was still shining upon me. Your smile, the memory of experiences with you, has gotten me through some of the darkest days that I have ever known. I have not been able to openly vocalize what I have been through with anyone, and I don't want to come to you in a place of making you feel responsible to hold the space for me to unpack the horrors that I hold within, that are the experience of karma bringing its hammer down upon me. And yet, I would be grateful for your listening ear and yours alone. If anyone might be able to understand just a fraction of what has happened to me in life and emotionally, I feel that it would be you. We were so right for one another once upon a time. And although my life has been torn down and I have built it back up brick by brick into something largely unrecognizable and yet deeply satisfying, I feel so profoundly within that in many ways we are now more aligned than we ever were. And so I'm trying to hold what has happened between us in a space of gratitude. And I hope that it is in this holding you are able to experience me in an energetic sense, in a lighter fashion than was the case in our shared history. I want to move towards you with sincerity. I am determined to make things right. I am making my way back to you slowly and carefully. I have confronted so many fears that in many ways I have become fearless. I have become as you are, so open of heart. And I am trying every day to continue to remind myself to have compassion for the version of me that was careless with the gift of us before. I was operating with the tools I had at the time. Those tools failed me when I needed them the most. And I am eager and excited to show you what I have cultivated, what I have birthed for myself, what I have let go of, finally, and after such a long battle and time. I look forward to speaking with you soon, to holding space with you beyond the corners of memory where you exist. And I pray for a beautiful future between the two of us. And I pray that at the very least, my resurgence in your life with sincerity and the apology that is long overdue will be enough to bring closure and peace to your heart if you choose to move in another direction other than commencing a connection with me. So, those are your messages in terms of signs. With swords, we've got air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Death is Scorpio. The Emperor is Aries. Cups is water. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's see, what else does your person want you to know right now from their higher self? Okay, and we have, I saw myself in you the first second I laid eyes on you. Your beauty and grace captivates me. You're like my long-lost best friend. I can't face you right now. The intensity between us scares me. I want to follow you through all time and universes. All I ever wanted and needed is you. It's heartbreaking we can't have more than we do now. And thank you for your beautiful light and energy in my life. So these letters can be initials of a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got N, Y, G, V, I, F, L, M, D, D, B, R, F, H, O, K, X, and Z. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. We chose the Firestone. So I'm going to start with some tarot, and I will use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I'll dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense, using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we, and following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through here in the first section, or can serve as additional messages for you from your person's higher self, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. So, what does your person want you to know at this time? We have the Eight of Wands, the Lovers, the Tower, the Hermit, Nine of Cups, Page of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. You have captured my heart in an exquisite fashion. You are everything I have been looking for, and I am so glad that the world has made me wait this long in order to encounter this version of you, and a love that is rising up from within me, that I know, when combined with the essence of what you hold inside, has the ability to change both our lives for the better and be a ripple effect of positive growth and inspiration for the lives of others around us that we touch. I am making big plans to present myself to you in an open and honest way, to show you my heart in a manner that I have done for no one ever before. You have activated something within me, a capacity for love and affection, which exceeds the bounds of what I have been able to muster for even individuals that I thought were my one, only, and truest in this lifetime. Though there is so much that is still yet to be explored between the two of us, you already have surpassed the greatest experiences of joy, contentment, and connection that I have had before. I could call you my only love. I could call you the one. I could call you my other half, my counterpart, my mirror, my soul. But all of these words are empty when compared to the variety of sensations and waves of emotions that surge up from within me in unexpected moments and carry me deeply beyond the bounds of imagining when it comes to the nature of what pure connection should be like. You are a love that is beyond titles and definitions, and you bring me closer to a knowing of myself through the experience of harboring and nurturing and allowing these feelings for you to grow within. I feel intimately connected with you in such a strange way. Your growth, prosperity, and happiness ripples over to me in a way that is fascinating and mysterious, and I want to move in closer, to co-create with you more deeply and consciously, because together I feel that what could grow between the two of us, starting within, slowly and quietly, blossoming outward into something all the world can see, would have the power to heal even the deeply rooted scars of things we don't talk about. This love has the ability to change us both for the better. I have worked very hard to love myself, to become in many ways the love that I have been seeking. And I had resolved myself long ago to a state that this was the best I was to experience. And so I have kept others at a distance. I have kept you on the peripheral of my heart in subtle ways. I didn't fully trust my ability to be able to receive and to give in a healthy and high vibrational way all the beauty of consistency and emotions that you are deserving of. I now understand that this sense of keeping the bar raised so high that it was an impossible standard for anyone to meet was in fact a reflection of a deep lack mentality within myself. This startling revelation that what I thought was the embodiment of self-love was in fact self-hate has changed everything, and I now see you through the lens of my heart exclusively, and it has clarified my perceptions so profoundly of the opportunity which moving forward with you presents to me. I want to show you a love that is unlike anything you have ever known before. I know that if the heaviness I hold within is in any way a fraction of what you bear inside of yourself and hide so beautifully behind a smile, that the sense of being loved right, being loved slowly, being loved consistently and in a way that is true, will be enough to liberate and to accelerate all the work that you have put in to piecing yourself back together again after all the experiences you have had that have torn you asunder. Thank you for existing and for being my muse and my mirror and my motivation to stop playing so small when it comes to matters of the heart, to open up to the knowing that the deepest way to love oneself is to allow oneself to be loved by another. I want to grow with you into a space of open vulnerability. I promise that I will be delicate with the corners within yourself which I know are still fearful and are slow to trust. These same elements exist within me. So let's carefully step forth into this new chapter and next manifestation with one another. I am so glad that I finally opened my eyes to the reality of what you in your full and pure essence are providing and offering to me. And I am so glad that it is you who is the one who will finally show me what love truly is meant to be. So those are your messages in terms of signs. With the Hermit, we've got Virgo. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. The Tower is Aries. Cups is Water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Lovers is Gemini, and Wands is Fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So let's see, what else does your person want you to know right now from their higher self? sign, they say the taste of your presence is something I will never ever be able to forget. I am drawn to your deep intelligence and wisdom. I desire you deeply and eternally. I want to be there for you, there to take care of you. Everything you've ever said to me, I've taken to heart. I love your sense of humor. You're like my long-lost best friend. And there's a strange and deep connection between us. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got H, T, O, A, X, W, I, O, N, F, G, V, R, K, D, B, Z, P, I, M, J, U, and B. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.